My name is Kelly Thompson. I own Legal Resources, a legal secretary paralegal business. I have my associate's degree in paralegal studies. In May of 2011, I started a nonprofit called Justice for Denny Pettit Committee. And in February of this year, another nonprofit called Justice for Illinois' Wrongfully Convicted. I'm married with 4 daughters. My dad, Denny Pettit, was convicted of first-degree murder on November 10th, 2010 in Sangamon County, Illinois. He was sentenced on December 20th, 2010 to 30 years in prison. He was 61 years old at the time. He's now 63. I believe he was unreasonably doubted by prosecuting attorneys, defense attorneys, investigators, and the jury. He was convicted of murdering his own brother. As shocking as this sounds, I'm sure that sitting in a courtroom as a potential juror and hearing that the victim in this case, who has died, is the defendant's brother is even more shocking. I can only imagine how opinions would be forming in the jury's minds. All one could hope for was some very open-minded jurors. This case was a case of self-defense and could have easily been won by the defense. However, for that to happen, the defense attorney would need to forcefully reiterate the well-known fact that Tony, my dad's brother, was extremely violent. On March 30th of 2009, my dad, my uncle, and a witness had been drinking and were intoxicated. Tony broke my dad's jaw by punching him in the face at least 8 times. Tony was about to cause more damage when my dad got in the only defensive move he could. He grabbed an object and swung it at Tony, but not to kill him, to stop him. My dad had seen Tony fight and knew what Tony was capable of, and he couldn't stop him. My dad immediately tried to revive Tony while asking the witness to call 911. When police and paramedics arrived, my dad was handcuffed and escorted to a squad car, where he repeatedly asked the officer about his brother's condition, hoping the paramedics had saved Tony. The officers refused to tell him. My dad was charged with first-degree murder within hours. The witness stated during his interview with the sheriff's department, that my dad acted in self-defense. However, the witness died 7 months before trial, so the jury never got to hear his statement. At the last minute, the defense attorney decided not to call in experts. The judge refused to allow in evidence of Tony's violence, even though Tony was due back in court that very week on a battery charge for assaulting his girlfriend so severely that she was hospitalized. After trial, we found conflicts with a juror, but the judge felt it was harmless. Trying to stop someone from beating you is self-defense. Unfortunately, likely no one on the jury has been extremely intoxicated and then beaten to the point where they must instinctively react to save their life. Jurors would then know self-defense is not first-degree murder. My dad is broken and supposed to spend the next 30 years in prison, if he makes it. Part of my dad died with his brother. The hell he wakes up to every morning, knowing he can never see his brother again, and he's the reason why, is punishment in itself.